Hi, online scholars. It is Professor Hartmann here, and I am here to just go over with you a, a possible alternative for your final paper. I think you would agree that over the course of the term, we've really seen how the literature talks back to injustice. So, as we went through the Gilded Age, the Lost Generation, we looked at our modernist poets. We really saw how literary texts made distinctive contributions to some urgent ethical, social, and political questions that really cross, I would say, historical boundaries. Um, we started with the Gilded Age, a time that really involved poverty, inequality, and corrupt politics. And that has marred America's past and really set us on a course toward today. And then we saw how Twain, he really addressed social injustice, really both racially and also gender-wise. I think his satire, you would agree, the satire he uses it to expose hypocrisy, racism, greed, injustice of society. And he develops that in his text. We read Kate Chopin, and she addressed issues of racism and gender inequality. And we moved through the years, and we noticed how our authors and our poets really used writing as a way to heal, as a therapy, as a therapeutic method to deal with not only what was going on around them, but to address social justice issues that were evolving during the time. Whether it was, Robert Frost, who is known as a social justice organizer, or it was Hughes, McKay, and Hurston, who really established themselves as literary voices for social justice, using their writing as, forceful calls for racial justice and social equality. I think a lot of what we read, dealt with human rights, protests, social justice, and addressed the contemporary and historical political climates, and as we move into, looking at the Beat Generation, they addressed us and urged us to rethink the American dream. They saw, capitalism as destructive to the human spirit. And then we move into Billy Collins and Mary Oliver this week with their poetry, and urging us to connect to the natural world. So there's so much that we can take from literature that addresses social issues that are going on today. So I wanted to give you this opportunity to write about a social justice issue that's going on right now that might be relevant, related to the pandemic. Okay. You might also write something creative to reflect on the circumstances that you find yourself in. I know many of the students in this course are nursing majors. So what are you seeing? What are you feeling? What do you hope for the future? So I'm going to be posting an alternative final paper assignment that is a little more lenient, okay? I want you to enjoy this writing project. I want you to reflect on the times that we're in, the issues that we surround ourselves with, and maybe propose some type of solution if you can. So thinking about all the literature that we've read, and how the authors had an agenda, whether it was to, fuel their own spirit, and to keep positive. I know writing is definitely an outlet, okay? Or maybe it was to provide some social commentary to address a problem that they saw in their community. So you have a couple options here. You can, one, do the final assessment, or do the final paper assignment that I've posted, which is to address a theme, a common theme that you saw that resonated amongst a few texts that we've read. That's one option. The second option is to reflect on, how you're feeling during this time, during COVID. And how can you use writing as an outlet to get through this time? So maybe you write your own poem. Maybe you write your own story. Maybe you just write a journal reflection. And option 3, talk about a social justice problem that you see that has evolved, maybe because of COVID-19, and how we can solve that, or maybe how we could address it. A couple options. I wanted to give you some flexibility because I know we are all going through a lot right now. And I think it's very important to address what's going on and to use writing as a way to heal and learn. Okay, so I will be posting the assignments. Choose whichever one you would like. Reach out to me if you have questions, and we're looking at a final due date of May 15th. All right, if you foresee any issues with that, do not hesitate to reach out to me. All right, I'm signing off for the day, but you know you can always text me, call me, or email me at any time, and I will get back to you within 48 hours. All right, everyone, stay healthy, stay safe, and enjoy the weekend. It looks like it's going to be a nice one. Take care.